This is the USPSA style 3-gun match held at the Wolverton Mountain Gun Club on Sunday, 27 October 2013. This is an introduction and overview of the match and its conditions.
So this is the drive up to Wolverton Mountain Gun Club. Early in the morning of Sunday, October 27, 2013.
And this is what it looked like when I got here. Swell. And here's what it looked like about 4 p.m. after the match. It's possible to spend a lot of money on 3-gun. Here's a cart apparently adapted from a jogger stroller. There were 21 shooters for this match, and I think I saw at least 3 of these carts. Here's an example of the different gear available. This is a new shot shell carrier, which allows you to grab 2 rounds at once in line with each other and thumb them into your magazine tube together. Now that I've seen one in action, it makes more sense. These are available in the multi-place chest rigs and in several separate 2x2 pieces for around the belt. Here are Precious and St. John, next to St. John's daughter, the Model 1148, also long recoil operated. Precious, like many ARs, remains a work in progress. This is a good time to mention it. I wish to acquire this very particular gas block. It is used by Wyndham Weaponry on some of their barrels, uppers, and complete rifles. They've told me it is not available separately. This gas block has a Picatinny rail at the same height as the upper receiver rail, and a bayonet lug, and a conventional sling swivel, and most important, it is pinned to the barrel instead of using set or clamp screws. If you have one, for example, taken off a Wyndham rifle which has been reconfigured, I will pay money for it. Please contact me through comments or my website, whose address is at the end of this video. The AR-15, in its thousands of flavors, is the most popular rifle for 3-gun competition and lots of other shooting sports too. Here are a few examples. In this photo you can also see a dressed-up Kalashnikov and a Keltec SU-16, which I believe is the C variant. Later I also got some video of the KSG shotgun. Here you see more ARs, no two alike. On the far end is a SIG rifle. At least one shooter was using an FAL. I've seen shooters using Springfield M1As, and in my first 3-gun match before Precious was operational, I used the Queen, the M1 Garand donated to me by Tucson Tom, which I also use in civilian marksmanship program matches. I also saw a Keltec Sub 2000 carbine at this match, and have seen other pistol caliber carbines, some of which were based on the AR. Nearly any repeating shotgun will do if you know how to use it, particularly when reloading. Here you see Precious and St. John again. To the right, I believe, is a Benelli M3, which can be switched between slide action or autoloading. To the left is a rather plain Winchester Defender, if I'm identifying it correctly. Even your old pawnshop Mossberg will do if it runs and if you know how to run it. Note, don't leave shotgun rounds in the elastic loops long term. The loops will stretch loose over time, so empty them when not in use. Same with the bandoliers, which look awesome, but will fling rounds like a wet dog shaking itself if you actually have to move while wearing one. Note how I sewed a stirrup onto St. John's cuff to keep it from slipping forward in recoil. I also stuffed some packing foam into it to make a cheek riser for the rifle sights a gunsmith added to the barrel. Here you see my current rig. The belt is 1 3/4 inches from a nearby leather store, under $20. The 1911 is one of the cheap Philippine clones, which retail new for as low as $500. The holster is Uncle Mike's Kydex, about $20. I have 2 6-place and 1 4-place shot shell carriers so far. Most shooters would place them on the left for a weak hand reload, but I have to switch hands with St. John to hold the carrier release button for loading. On the left I have my pistol and rifle magazines. The pistol magazine carriers are also Uncle Mike's Kydex, about $20 each, and are also available for double column. The other carrier is a Molly thing I found at a show, which carries 2 single-column 45 pistol and 1 AR magazines. Another rifle magazine is in my rear jeans pocket. All these magazines are oriented with the bullets pointing in a particular direction for my particular style of reload. Different shooters will have them pointing opposite ways, or have them angled certain ways for their own preference. Now let's get to the safety and rules briefing.
Thanks for coming. Okay, safety. You know, it's going to be a little wet out here. It's going to be a little slick, especially when you get in the grass over there. You know, just kind of be aware of that. Around into the walls, around off the range, the DQ. Finger off the trigger while loading, reloading, unloading, clearing jams. Make sure you watch the 180. So the muzzle comes back, especially on the rifle. You run over there like this, just pointing that way, you're done for the day. Shotgun preloading, we can do shotgun preloading. I don't have a lot of room to do that, so at least the first 5 shooters or whatever, when the RO gives you, gives you permission to do that, or ask him if we can preload. Don't start doing it before that. You can preload the tubes only, nothing in the chamber. So you can come up and make ready and rack one out. It comes out on the ground. That's probably a DQ. Please no armor-piercing ammo on your rifle stuff. We got some resetting steel down there on the 150 bay, and they'll poke holes in that pretty good. We have 4 stages. This is 2 stages here. There's one in the 50 yard. There's one in the 150 yard bay. Those targets in the 150, those resetters are about 100 yards. Some of these stages, it's going to say optional pistol or something. What that means is the clays are shotgun targets. The steel are either pistol or shotgun. Your choice. They aren't any bigger for the pistol than they are for the shotgun. So
when you bring your rifle or shotgun up, do they need to be cased? Or
good question.
How can you approach?
There's not a lot of rack storage here, and there's really no place over on 150 to set your stuff. So it's probably best if it's bagged.
Or flagged.
Or in a cart. Or in a cart, or because you're going to have to set it against a berm or something to make sure nobody can walk in front of the muzzle if you have to set it down. So if you have it bagged over there, that's going to be a lot easier and it's going to stay a lot drier. The safe weapon is either on safety or it's completely empty. Completely empty means nothing in the magazine, nothing in the tube, nothing in the chamber, no empties, no empty cases in it, no magazines in it, empty. So, unsafe or empty. There's a dump box here for your rifle. There's some dump barrels. Same thing. Muzzle down. This is a dump box for your pistol on this stage. We have one shooter that's completely new. Just take your time. Be safe. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Take your sight picture. Hit your target. Finger off the trigger unless you're doing that.
The next video will show Stage 1.